For taking the time out of your day to join us. You're here listening to Chisme y Chords, where faith, music, and conversations connect. I am your host, Mercedes Renee.
And I'm your other host, Almisa Valdez. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Johnny Sobria from Grupo Espada with us tonight. So thank
Saludos.
you, sir. Welcome. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us this evening.
Yes. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule for joining us. We are so elated to have you. And tell us what is going on in the world of Grupo Espada at the moment.
Well, first of all, thank you, ladies, for having us on the show. We really appreciate it. Some of the guys live out of town, and some of the guys work out of town, so they weren't able to make it tonight. But I really appreciate you guys having us on the show. Um, and as far as the spotlight right now, we've been gigging, of course, like everybody else, and trying to select another song to get back into the studio. We have plans to get back in next month in mid-August. Right now, we're trying to narrow down. I've been talking to Roger. Roger Ramirez is the drummer. He's the owner of the band. We kind of narrowed it down to like 3 or 4 songs, and just going back and forth. He's going back and forth with a ranchera or another cumbia, and I told him, well, just make sure that it's something that's appealing. It has a nice little hook to it, but ultimately it's his decision, and and we've just been kind of planning that. We know we're gonna have some time in August. We're gonna finish out this month. End of July, we have a private event down in McAllen, and then we got to get back. We're gonna get in the studio. Hopefully, second week of August, we'll probably get in the studio and lay another track down. So, other than that, we just released our single back in late May, I believe, late April, early May, El Hechizo, and we're pretty pleased the way that turned out. We didn't really try to do anything special with it as far as lots of arrangements and all this other stuff. We just kind of kept it basic and let the song work itself and the melody that the song brings. So and then we shot a video. So the video is out on YouTube now. It's called El Hechizo Grupo Espada. So those of you who love to watch YouTube like myself, go check out the video. And other than that, just been trying to stay busy, stay relative.
Yeah, nice. That's amazing. So, in the world of the music industry, how do you guys as a group stay spiritually grounded?
I think that I think our parents, our upbringing has a lot to do with that. My mom is still currently involved with the church. And ever since we were younger, we went to catechism, we went to church. Everybody is pretty grounded with spiritually, and I know that in my I can't speak for others. I just know how we talk in conversation.
Yeah.
I can't speak for others, obviously, but I know that every time that I take the stage, I thank God for giving me this opportunity, because you never know when it's not going to be there anymore, or when it's going to be taken away from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and in my case, it's super important because my wife, uh, my wife had gotten sick. She had gotten diagnosed with interstitial lung disease back in 2020, the COVID year, right? It wasn't anything to do with COVID. It was a disease an autoimmune disease that attacks the lungs in like 4%, I think, of people that have autoimmune disease. And basically, her lungs were deteriorating. So when we first met with a lung specialist, she told us that in 4 to 5 years that she would absolutely need a transplant. So this was 2020, and then she was diagnosed October of 2020, was immediately put on oxygen 24/7 at 4 liters. Um, and then as the years went by, it was up to 6, and then it was up to 8, and then the last year was like always between 8 and 10, because she would just get super tired just walking from, for example, the table to the kitchen, or the table to the bedroom, and or even just to go to the bathroom. It was extremely difficult for her not being able to breathe. On oxygen, she would be at around 94, 95, 96, her O2 stats, I mean O2 readings. But if she were to remove it 10 seconds, it would immediately drop to the 70s. So you can imagine, a normal person is 96, 97, 98.
Yep.
And going back to what we were talking about, fast forward to 4 years later, in July of this 2024, um, we found a donor. They called us, and she had the transplant, double lung transplant, on July 26, 2024. And just yesterday, she had her 2-year follow up, and everything was flying colors. So thanks to God that there
Amen to
was a
that.
donor. There was a donor, and that everything went smooth and well, and she's really, an inspiration, and to all of us, and to anybody who's out there that does not believe, that they need to talk to my wife for a little while and hear her story. But it's I've always been grateful, and a person who was always in the church, because my parents instilled that in us, and it's never there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think of God, and think of the places that He puts us in, the trials that He tests us with, and if you go down the right path, and your mindset will be different. It'll direct you in the right form, and in the right person to be. So you just really have to be strong minded, strong willed, and everything. Put your trust in Him, and everything will be okay. I truly believe that, and my wife talks to me and instills that every day. And with obviously family struggles, financial struggles, and all that stuff that everybody goes through. Like, oh man, my car, I gotta get a new tire, and oh, I gotta do this, and it's like one of those deals. And she's always there, like, chill out, you're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. God's here, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
one of those
right.
things that's always here, and we just have to trust, and have to, when you think that you have that little doubt, and you just gotta make sure that you trust Him, and everything will be okay.
Well, first and foremost, kudos to you guys, and I'm so glad that your wife is healed. And
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad that everything worked out great by the grace of God. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you
And we
so
will
much.
continue to pray for your wife that it continues to be good health for her. So, I'm so happy for you guys on that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. And secondly, I'm so glad that you guys' faith is so strong and that you continue to believe in God and that you're trusting in God. So I'm so, so happy for you guys on that as well. So me and Almisa will again continue our prayers for that and
Yes, yes.
continue.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that so
No,
much.
absolutely, absolutely. So every artist has a first big moment. What was the moment that made you feel like, okay, this is really happening for us?
Well, Espada's a newer group, so
Yeah,
we're kind of just trying to break it in the scene. Obviously, we've been doing this for a long time, all
yeah.
of us, and with different bands as well. I remember I was still in my 20s, back in the late 90s, and where were we? We were in Houston at, I guess it was the parking lot where Astro World used to be in
Hmm.
Houston.
Yeah.
I think that's where it was at. But there was a festival, Hispanic State Festivals, back in the 90s, and they had a rolling attendance. Like from the stage, you can see a digital rolling attendance.
Mhm.
So when we got on stage, um, and each band only got like 35, 40 minutes, right? There was so many bands there. I was with Grupo Macizo back then,
Oh, nice.
and it was 1999, and at that point, we probably had a couple of number one songs, that did very well for us at the time. And when we got on stage and we settled and got into the first song, I looked at the attendance. It was 95,000 plus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, as a
Lord.
kid,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of people. You start thinking, like, you go to these small bars and there's like 500 or 600, and it's super jam packed. And then
Yeah.
you go out to this big old venue, and it's outside in a parking lot, and you're just like, I mean, I just couldn't believe that there was so many people
God,
there.
amazing. Yeah.
But
Wow.
so that was one of the first venues that really, like,
Took
it's
you
still it's
aback.
still
Oh,
with
man.
me, and it was
Yeah.
realized it was a massive crowd.
Can you imagine all those people singing that music and just like the like
Energy.
it's like one big loudspeaker? Like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my gosh, that would be so amazing. Can you imagine all those people singing worship music though?
I can. I can.
Oh my gosh, that would be
The spirit.
so that would be such a good feeling. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that would be amazing.
I'm gonna have to connect you guys with with my nephew. He um he started a Christian group down in San Benito, Texas.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
What's his
Um,
name?
his name is Samuel Ramos Jr.
Samuel Ramos Jr. Hold on, let me write it down. Let me write it down.
I will send you his contact info
Yes, please.
because he is I guess one a quarter of the group Retoño from
Ratón.
down in the valley,
Uh-huh.
and he is the bajo sexual player, and he has his own group. It's called
Oh,
Renovado, right, baby? Yeah, it's called Samuel Ramos Jr. y Grupo Renovado.
okay,
And
okay.
all
And they're a
Um,
that.
Christian group.
yes, Christian band, and he sings so beautiful,
Oh, I'm
so
excited.
beautiful.
We'll get him on, definitely.
Definitely
Yeah,
have
for
to
sure.
come
I'm
on
sure he'll
there.
be excited to be on. But
Yeah.
you gotta.
Yeah.
Once you said that, I gotta connect you guys with him because
Oh, for sure.
he's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
artist.
We have
So
Christian
speaking
worship.
of amazing artists and vocalists, where does your story begin? Who motivated you and how did your story start?
My story begins back in 1997. Is when I first got on stage with Carlos y los Cachorros. Um, but it started, obviously in backyards and parties with my uncles. All my uncles sang, and one of them played guitar, and I would always sing with him, but he was always singing lead vocals, and I was always doing the harmonies, the segunda voz. So I learned to do that first as being a harmonizer and being segunda voz or singing segunda voz. So all this time, when I started getting the itch of and the dream of being on stage, I was really into Los Chamacos with from the '80s, which was Juan P. Moreno, Jaime de Anda, Chato Ordóñez, and Manuel Alvarado. So I wanted to know what it was like to be able to be on stage and people cheering and yelling and singing your songs. I wanted to know what that feeling was. So for a long time, obviously, from like the age of 12 till 20, that was just a dream that I had and a passion. It just kept getting stronger and stronger. And then I finally was able to get on stage with Carlos y los Cachorros back in 1997. That stint was a short one. Um, I think it only lasted about 4 months, and then I was in school here at Palo Alto College and started working with Grupo Macizo in 1998, and then that's where kind of everything took off because in '97 they released Te Quiero Tanto Tanto, and it was a big hit. And then I got in with them, and then I started singing more background vocals, and they started, kind of showing me the ropes and all that good stuff. But all these years through the late '90s, 2000s, never had the opportunity to sing lead vocals, and it was something that was always in the back of my mind. But it was just one of those deals where the opportunity never presented itself, and I didn't want to force the issue either. So it was just one of them deals like, hey, I'll do this, and I also was taught how to be an MC animador, and get the crowd hyped and all that stuff. So I was an animador, segunda voz, and played the güiro. So when I did that with my CISO, got a ton of experience with them. Being on those big stages, they were doing really really well in those 4 years that I was with them, traveling all over the United States and Mexico. Then I met some guys from here in San Antonio from Grupo Visión back in 2009. And then I hooked up with them and I spent 9 years with Grupo Visión doing the same thing, animador, segunda voz, and playing the güiro. So I finally got out in 2022, right before, yeah, in November of 2022, I got out because I took on another job that wasn't allowing me to travel as much. So it was one of those deals where I didn't want to get out, but it was the best thing for my family at the time financially. It was an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Right.
So I got out November of 2022. One of my last shows was, and then we were opening up for Intocable the 4 years prior to. So one of my last shows was there at the Majestic Theater here in San Antonio with opening up for Grupo Intocable. And then I got out, and I thought at this point, I thought, I don't know, what was I, 4 years, 40, 44, 45 years old. And I'm thinking, you know what? I've seen a lot of the country. I've been a lot of the cool stages, and I've played it in Vegas, and I've played at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. And, it's been an awesome ride, and I can't complain. So if I don't ever do it again, I'm okay with it. But then as soon as obviously you take the social media and say, okay, well, I'm no longer with this group, and thank you to everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I did that exact same thing. I thanked all the people that I met, all the artists that I played with, all the stages that I was just grateful for God giving me the opportunity to do all that stuff. And as soon as I did that, about three or four bands reached out, and they're like, hey, can you help us? We don't tour that much, but can you help us when you don't have, when you're off? And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. One of those bands was this Grupo Espada, and because they're from my hometown, it was easy, to say yes, because I was thinking about the whole picture. For one, my brother's in that band. I had never jammed with my brother. Two, it's back home. I can go see my mom while I'm there.
Mhm.
And it just fit well. It was easy, an easy transition. But I went in as the same thing I was, animador en segunda voz. Um, then our bass player, which was our singer, he got sick, gallbladder infection,
Oh,
and he was sidelined for like 2 months.
oh
He
wow.
couldn't. Yeah, he got really sick. And then Roger, the owner of the band, he's like, "Hey man, I'm thinking about putting you in lead vocals." And it wasn't something that we ever talked about. He was just one day out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna put you at lead vocals." I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" The whole chemistry of the band's gonna change. I'm not gonna be able to be doing this. I'm gonna have to sing, and it's gonna be different, and blah blah blah. It's gonna mess up the whole vibe. Because I was
Mhm.
thinking about the whole picture, right?
Right, right.
So then he's like, "No, I think it'd be okay. We're gonna get you." And then it just like it was so simple to him, right? Like he's like, we're gonna get you in the studio. And we're gonna have you record the Corazon song."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? And we're gonna record right now?" So it was like he totally threw me in the fire. But I sat back and I talked to my wife about it, and we were like, "You've always wanted to do this. This is the opportunity that
Hey,
arises now.
yep.
Maybe this is the time that you were supposed to do it. Obviously, it was never the perfect time before.
Right.
So we did that back in. It'll be 2 years. It's already been 2 years. Back in July of 2024, and then I got into the studio and I recorded it, and he liked the way that my voice sounded, and we just been going from there. And we have four singles out, three or four singles out now with in my voice. And it was a rough transition, honestly. I can't say it's still rough, obviously, because I'm not used to singing the whole song. I was just used to
Yeah.
singing harmonies in certain parts, and it was like no big deal. I could do that blindfolded, but now it's like, oh crap, here we
You
go.
know,
Wow.
But it's still nerve
yeah.
wracking, and but I like I said, I'm blessed to have the opportunity. I'm grateful for Roger throwing me in the fire, even though I wasn't comfortable with it. But obviously, you got to push yourself to
Happens,
do
right?
better things.
Absolutely. But you remember when we were talking before the show, I was talking to you about God drops, and that's your God drop. Your 2 years
Yes,
ago, that was your God drop. And I'm so
exactly.
excited for you. I'm so excited for you and this opportunity. You're doing amazing. I heard the music before I downloaded it, and it's great.
Thank
Your
you so
voice
much.
is amazing. You're doing great.
Thank you. We're
Yeah,
trying. We're just giving
yeah,
it all we can.
I love it. Mr.
Yeah.
Luis Huichi is in here and he says, Saludos, ladies, en un abrazo a mi compadre Sopa.
Oh yeah, Wichi, the singer for Loca Pasión. Saludos.
Yes,
Saludos, Wichi.
yes.
¿Cómo estás?
So,
And, and then we have Carlos is watching and Mr. David Vela is watching. So they say hello as well.
Saludos, guys. Saludos. Appreciate it.
So speaking of corazon, I'm going to play corazon right now. So let's
Okay.
do that. So let me go
Awesome.
ahead and get that cued. And here we go, guys. Here's corazon.
Corazón, corazón, tú eres mi corazoncito. Corazón, corazón, tú eres mi corazoncito. Tú sabes bien que yo te quiero y sabes bien que yo te adoro. No me hagas menos, cariñito, tú serás siempre mi tesoro. Ya ven, ya ven, ya ven, ven a darme ya muchos besitos. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque eres mi corazoncito. Ya ven, ya ven, ya ven, ven a darme ya muchos besitos. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque eres mi corazoncito. Corazón, corazón, tú eres mi corazoncito. Corazón, corazón, tú eres mi corazoncito. Tú sabes bien que yo te quiero y sabes bien que yo te adoro. No me hagas menos, cariñito, tú serás siempre mi tesoro. Ya ven, ya ven, ya ven, ven a darme ya muchos besitos. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque eres mi corazoncito. Ya ven, ya ven, ya ven, ven a darme ya muchos besitos. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque eres mi corazoncito.
So good. So good.
like
Thank
kind of cumbia.
I know I'm over here dancing to my chest.
you.
I love it. It's so good.
Thank
So
you. That's the idea, trying to get people to dance at the songs that we try to record, and so that way when we play them live, people want to get up and dance. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
that's it. Yeah,
goal.
so
yeah.
good. Your voice is so good. I love it.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So if you could describe your sound in 3 words, describe your sound and then explain to me why those 3 words matter.
My sound as the sound as in the group,
Yeah. Mhm.
um, energetic, fun, and oh gosh, what word could I use to? We're a whole bunch of clowns on stage. Like we just love to have fun. Genuine, yeah, yeah. We're all genuine, that's for sure. Genuine clowns, if you want to say that.
So why do those words matter to you?
Those words, well, because I believe in positive vibes. I believe in energy.
Mhm.
So if you give off a good energy, people feed off of it.
Yep. Yep.
So I try as animador,
Hmm.
for many years. That's the vibe that I was trying to project all the time.
Right.
Is the positive vibe, the energetic vibe, and then throw in a few jokes here and there. And it's not. you're not trying to force jokes. It's if it's something, if something is said or some situation is said or a song triggers something, and you can relate that to the crowd and they laugh, then you know that they're engaged just with
Right.
a little, 10, 15 second joke that you, or kind of not even necessarily a joke, just something funny that relates to the time, to the,
Right, for sure. I
relevant,
understand.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
A current event or something like that. And,
Mhm.
so it's important to me to give off positive vibes, be energetic. And because there's a lot of groups out there that take it for granted, that you
Mhm.
go watch them and they're like kind of just going through
So,
motions and
yeah,
Right.
they're all so like, yeah,
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 and I don't ever want to be that way. And I have a very my wife is very critical, so she's my biggest critic, and I'm grateful for that because that's the way I can get better.
Absolutely.
We can get better. So I'm glad she just don't say, "Oh, y'all did great every night from night to night." She'll tell me you messed up on this song, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I know, I heard it." And I'm so it's good to have. It's good
yeah.
to have, but that's my main thing is to be genuine, not only on stage, but a genuine person. Um, be energetic on stage, and then be positive as well to create a positive vibe in the atmosphere that you're at.
Oh, for
Especially
sure.
on stage.
Yeah, and that's brilliant to have because,
Yeah.
and I also love that your wife is engaged because you have a
Right.
lot of artists that the wives are not engaged.
Nope.
And it's good to have her engaged because you always want that
Support.
support. You always
Mhm.
want that support for sure. And that's always nice to have because you don't want somebody on the sidelines telling you that you're doing great when you're not.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that can happen
That's
Right, for
for
sure.
sure.
For sure. Yeah. So every artist has a spark. What was the first song or artist or memory that made you fall in love with this style of music?
I'm gonna say Los Chamacos from the 1980s. They
Mhm.
recorded a song. I don't know how familiar you guys are with their music, but
Oh, for sure.
they recorded a song called El Popurrí, which was a 5 song medley
Yeah.
that was like 13 minutes and 27 seconds or something like that long. So in the 80s, obviously we had cassettes, and one song was El Popurrí, and then the flip side was a different,
right.
5 separate
You
songs.
know how to use your
Yeah, your pencil, yeah, or to fix it, when it got stuck in the tape deck.
Yeah.
But that song, that potpourri is one of the songs that inspired me to to do this. The passion was instilled way back when, and that was one of the songs that I for sure, and groups, on top of Ramon Ayala, on top of Los Palominos, um, some of my favorite artists. But I was listening to Chamacos when I felt that I wanted to be on stage.
I love that. I love that. I like the Chomacos. They're so like you could listen to
It's
any
your
of their
vibe.
music and you're always gonna want to
Um,
get up and dance or you're always
Yeah,
gonna want
yes.
to be engaged. Like they're so like just great in everything that
yeah.
they. So tell me about El Hechizo. Tell me about that song, how it came about, and we're gonna play that as well.
El Hechizo is a song that I honestly had forgotten about. Um, it's over 25 years old, I believe. It's a cover. Another group down in Mexico by the name of Guardianes del Amor recorded it. I believe in 2000 or 2001, something like that. Um, Obviously, it's a song about a spell that he puts on this girl, but it didn't work. So um, we're fans since we're a little older. I think our youngest guy is 46. Um, Actually, no, 45. But so we're fans of the older music, obviously, and the new school. But we like the band that recorded that song, and we were always listening. I was always listening to another song that they had, but it had keyboards in it, and this one had keyboards as well. But when Roger presented this song, he's like, "Hey, I want to do this song," and I thought about it, and I thought, we just need to do it in accordion. But the guy sings super high. His voice is a tenor voice.
Mm,
Um, so we dropped it down. Um, I don't remember if they said a half step or a full step, but we dropped it down so it would be in a nice range, comfortable range for my voice.
Mhm.
Since I'm a segunda voz, it wasn't a matter of being able to hit the notes. It was a matter of being comfortable in the note. And
Right.
it's and it sounded, and it wouldn't sound like you were just kind of um like just shouting and being
Right.
comfortable with the song. So we dropped it. I was totally in agreement with it. I told I don't want to go through a whole show and then have to sing that song last and then be out of breath and tired to reach the note, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
especially and being a vocalist. So and putting it out. So that song, he presented that song to me and we kind of gave it, shot it out to the guys, and they started doing like a little rough draft and made sure the key was good. And when we started hearing the accordion in that note, sometimes when you change the keys to some songs, it doesn't have the same feeling anymore. You lose the feeling that's
I
originally
agree.
done.
Yeah.
So we were scared of that. So that's why we did several rough drafts and what key to do, and we finally found a key that would work, and it sounded good. So we were happy with that, and then we ended up deciding to move forward and record that one. So that was the story about that song. We just and then when when he first brought it to my attention, I remembered the song, and of course I love the band, so it was one of the songs that I knew from way back when, and we went ahead and recorded it and released it as one of our singles.
Nice. Well, I'm excited. This is a good song, by the way. I like I said, I've already listened to it. So
Thank
here we
you.
go. Here we go, guys.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yo te puse en el alma un hechizo para que tú te quedes conmigo, para que no me dejes nunca jamás, jamás. Yo te puse en el alma un hechizo para que nunca dejes de amarme, para que no te vayas nunca jamás. Pero falló la seducción, algo pasó y hoy te vas. Tú te vas a pesar del hechizo, aunque quieras no te lo permito. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón. Si te vas te deseo buena suerte, como yo nadie puede quererte. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón. Yo te puse en el alma un hechizo para que tú te quedes conmigo, para que no me dejes nunca jamás. Yo te puse en el alma un hechizo para que nunca dejes de amarme, para que no te vayas nunca jamás. Pero falló la seducción, algo pasó y hoy te vas. Tú te vas a pesar del hechizo, aunque quieras no te lo permito. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón. Si te vas te deseo buena suerte, como yo nadie puede quererte. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón. Tú te vas a pesar del hechizo, aunque quieras no te lo permito. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón. Si te vas te deseo buena suerte, como yo nadie puede quererte. Un hechizo te puse en el corazón.
Love it. Love it.
So do
Love it.
I.
Thank you.
Hey, you hit the high notes good.
Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
loved it. You hit the high notes so good. So I don't
Thank
know
you
what
so
you
much.
hit there. I know it was a little higher than that, but you do so good. I love it. You did
Thank you
great.
very much. Thank you very much. It's a little bit more. It's actually that the original song is actually higher,
I know.
but
Yeah.
we felt it was comfortable for our and main thing was that I didn't want my we didn't want my voice to thin out so much
Right.
when you go up the scale to those notes. So at some point you go too high and it thins out and becomes it sounds too annoying. So we didn't want it to get to that point. So we
Yeah.
dropped it down and then kind of found a comfortable spot for us.
No,
And
it sounds
It
great.
sounded
It
great.
sounds really good.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
Let me
much.
point out that I love that you guys dress the same.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Not a lot of bands do that anymore.
No, no, they don't.
Y'all,
We
it looks good.
But it looks
yeah,
sharp.
we do for the most part we do, and then sometimes it'll be just like, oh, just wear a light colored long sleeve or
Right.
a light colored or this color or whatever color, but we'll mix and match stuff. But for the most part, we do like to dress the same because it's the true band concept.
Correct. I love that. I love that because not a lot of bands do that anymore at all.
Right.
So it looks classic and it looks classy. So
Thank you.
kudos to you guys. So we're gonna play a game of this or that. Miss Almisa is gonna give you the rules, and then we're gonna play. So go ahead,
Okay.
babe.
I'm the mean one. Just two options, one choice. That's it. Just
Okay.
one. Not maybe. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Just one. And no wrong answers, so you're okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. Accordion or baja sexto? Which one hits the soul first?
Bajo sexto.
All right. George Strait Country or Ramon Ayala Accordion Classic? Which one sets the mood?
Ramon Ayala.
All right.
Ah,
If you could bring back one legendary Tejano concert for one night only, would it be Selena at the Houston Astrodome or Emilio in his prime?
I love Selena. Um, I love Selena, and she was an icon. So I'm gonna have to. And I mean, I got to meet Emilio, and I got to play with Emilio many times, and he's so amazing. But Selena's on another level, so I have to say Selena.
All right, all right. Good answer, good answer. If you could only listen to one artist catalog for the next year, who would it be? Would it be Selena, Emilio, Bobby, Jay, Little Joe, or La Mafia? Who are you choosing?
I'm choosing La Mafia.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, accordion or horn section?
accordion.
Why doesn't anybody pick the Beatles? I love the
I,
horns.
I grew up. My dad listened to a lot of bands back in the day when I was younger, and he listened to a lot of orchestra style, and
Yeah,
I love it. I do, but
the
the
accordion.
accordion is more. The
Yeah,
accordion and bajo sexto is more appealing to me,
yeah,
and that's just my my humble opinion.
yeah,
My personality and my personal opinion for it. But it's not that I don't like it. It's just I prefer
yeah. And
like
I
the
think
guy
I
says, I
like the
prefer those Sekis, but I
yeah,
prefer the accordion
yeah.
and bajo
I
sexto.
think I like the Beatles because I'm a salsera. Like I love salsa music and it has
Oh yeah,
in it. So I think that's why I'm just like horns, horns, horns.
yeah.
All right. So if you could have one dance floor anthem, would it be from Moss or Signal?
One what?
Dance floor anthem.
Dance floor anthem,
Yeah.
Mas
So
or Signal?
yeah, who would it be from?
Oh man, um, Grupo Mas.
Yeah. Everybody chooses
Great
Moss.
choice.
Everybody. Yeah. I would say that too, for sure. All right. Texas barbecue plate or classic fideo and homemade tortillas? What's feeding the studio session?
Ooh man, depends on who's making the fideo, but
Do that.
Yeah.
oh man, if I had to pick, if I had to pick with that question in the studio session, then it would be Texas barbecue.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Not a lot of people pick the barbecue. They want the fideo. And
Yeah, I just had some, and my mom makes some, my wife makes some. But if we're in the studio, I would say it's Texas barbecue. Yeah,
Barbecue. Okay. Country steel guitar cry or rock distortion riff. Which sound sneaks into your music more often?
the rock, the rock guitar because I love um, 80s metal bands. So
Yeah.
I'll take and 70s. So I'll take not. I love country, but I do love the rock more.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I got you. Arena concert energy or backyard pachanga vibes? Where do you shine brightest?
I would have to say backyard pachanga vibes only because when you're in the backyard, you're with people that you love and
Yeah.
you like to hang
Yep.
out and you can it's just a closer knit group of people that you're always with in a backyard setting. So
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
have to pick backyard pachanga vibes.
Cowboy hat or flat brim Tejano cap? What's the signature look?
Me personally, cowboy hat.
All right. Last but not least, cumbia groove or ranchera power? Which rhythm feels more like home?
Cumbia groove.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice
I
to
love
meet
it.
you.
You did so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Miss Ashley Castro is in and she says, hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
We have
Saludos.
we have La Rena is watching as well. She's an amazing artist. We have my sister, Miss Amy Wilson, is watching. Hello, Sissy. And we have Mr. Latin Prince, who is an amazing DJ. He is watching as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys so, so, so
Hello to
much.
you guys tuning in.
Yes.
Gracias por
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
sintonizarse.
What lessons have you learned from the music industry so far?
That it's a tough industry.
Mhm.
Um, like they say, it's a dog eat dog world. Um, but I've also met a ton of amazing people who have helped me along the way. Um, I think it's just one of the main things is to be humble, um, because you can be put in your place really really quick. Um, I've grown up that way. My parents instilled that in me, but you start getting older and you start making your own decisions and taking your own paths and stuff, and some people lose sight of that. A lot of people lose sight of that, and I see it on a daily basis when we're out touring and stuff like that. I've been in the I've shared the stages with some artists who don't even say hi. They'll just walk right by you, and and maybe they were thinking about something else. Maybe they had some other stress on their mind, whatever the case may be. But um, I've always thought, what if somebody actually came to see me and I did that to them? You know, um, I'm not saying I'm some major superstar either, but there's always going to be that one person that's going to go see you because of who you are, because they know you, they've seen you, they like the way you did this in this concert, and they like what you did, and they like how you sang this one song, so they're going to go see you again, and you don't talk to them or you don't acknowledge them, and then you're like, they get their feelings hurt or whatnot because it happens,
For sure.
and I think that's the major, the biggest lesson rather that I've learned is just to be humble, because you never know when you're going to need help
For
in this
sure.
industry. You never know when the tables will be flipped and tables will be turned,
For sure.
and it's just one of those deals where I don't like going back to the positive vibes. I don't like giving off negative vibes. I don't like the negative energy because I don't want to be surrounded and it turned the wrong way for me or
Yes.
for whoever I'm with. So I think the biggest lesson is just being humble and just be nice to everybody. It's really simple. I think it's just to be nice, be a nice person.
Well, absolutely, especially if you're going to walk the walk of God and you're
Right.
walking that path. I mean, just be humble, be
For
nice, walk
sure.
a godly life, and just, I mean, life is honestly, excuse me, life is honestly too short to
Right.
be mad about anything and to
Or
be stressed
negative,
about
yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
If God has you and God is walking with you, then I mean, what can you worry about?
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what you be mad about? You just say hi to people, be nice because you never know what somebody is going through, and you never know what um, that person, what it took for that person to come and see you. It could have been that last 50 cents that that person put on that ticket to go and see you.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah,
be
for sure.
just be humble and be nice and just,
Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious, it doesn't take much. It does not
Yeah.
take much.
I mean, I've heard personal stories from friends that they went to go see or they saw an artist somewhere outside of the stage, and they didn't they didn't really like what reaction was given to them,
Right, right.
and I'm one of those people that that doesn't mind any of that. Like, and I guess it's because my wife makes fun of me all the time. She ridicules me because she knows that I like the attention.
Hmm.
And I'm a Leo. So she's like, "You're a Leo. You like that stuff. So it doesn't matter. You're used to that." So she gives me a hard time about that all the time. But I'm that person that just loves to talk to anybody and talk to people and have a good conversation. And
Yeah,
I may never see you again, but we talked about golf for 15 minutes at a Walmart. So,
yeah,
or whatever the case may be. But I'm
right.
just that person that just loves talking to people, and whether you're a stranger or not, you never know.
Yeah,
But
for sure. Because again, you don't know what that person may needed to talk about
exactly,
off for 15 minutes because that's the only conversation they've had for the week. So
yeah.
you don't know that. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe you took their mind off the problem that they were having for
Right,
15 minutes, and
exactly.
then
Right.
they got in their vehicle and they took off, and they were like, I'm gonna go buy some golf balls, or I'm gonna go play golf this week, or something like that. Just like you
Abs-
said, you never know what people are going through and what kind of impact you can have on them.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think Johnny likes to play golf.
What's that?
I
What'd you
think he likes to play golf.
I love to play golf. I don't get to play as much as I would like to from being on the road and playing music, but if I had to choose, I would I'd rather be on stage,
No,
but
yeah.
because I love that as well. But I don't get to play as much as I'd like to,
No,
but
yeah.
I love playing.
But like I said, you never know what somebody's going through. Like there are times when I'm going through, like I go get my chemo treatments and they have you in, chairs with people when you're getting chemo treatments. And there's sometimes where I like to isolate and just be in a pod by myself. But then I have to remind myself that people that I'm in pods with are telling me stories. And I know that there's sometimes I don't want to hear it, but I hear it anyway because I know that they need to vent.
Yes.
They need to tell me their stories while they're going through chemo as well. And I'm like, okay, so let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Even though I'm exhausted myself and I'm
Yeah.
like there to, and I don't and I'm just trying to digress while I'm getting chemo, even though it's making me sick and I'm tired and I'm whatever. But I know that they need to vent and I know that they need to let it off their chest as well. So I know what you mean. Why like you like to talk to people and you like because you don't know what they're going through and I don't know what my the other people that are going through
Right.
as well are going through. So it's difficult. So stay humble and stay, lifted. And I always stay as positive as I can. And I'm always giving out my little God drops and I'm always doing what I can to stay positive. So yeah, I love that you're humble and I love that you talk to people and you're not, stuck up and like all that, it isn't, I'm not trying to say it negatively, but I'm just trying to say that you're humble and stuff. So I love that.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost anything to be nice.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
because you don't
really,
know what tomorrow brings. You may not wake
yeah,
up and you
yeah,
just don't know. Like it's
yeah,
just so it costs you absolutely nothing. Like a negative zero air to be nice. Like just
yeah,
be nice. You know what I mean?
for
Like
sure,
yeah.
for
Miss
sure.
Miss Ashley Castro says rock and country are very similar in my opinion. Both genres make me feel the music generally. And then she says in capital
Leo.
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 Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Veronica Lopez is watching. She's another artist and she's amazing as well. So I love that all these artists are
I've seen all those names. I've seen them on social media one time or another. So I've never got the pleasure of meeting any of them, but I've seen their names come across.
Oh yeah, they're amazing
Good.
artists and they are so humble as well and they are beautiful and amazing and I love each and every one of them. So thank you for watching. We love
Yeah.
each and
Yeah,
every
thanks, guys. Saludos.
one. So what message do you hope listeners receive from your music?
Um, just positive. I can't stress enough how much
Positive.
positivity. Yeah, it means to me. It means to my family, to my kids, and the people that are close knit to us.
Yeah.
We try to transfer that energy on stage. Just give a positive vibe. So when you leave the place, you had fun. You had fun interacting with us. If you chose to do so, um, just when you leave, just to that you feel good about the evening, feel good about the music, feel good about the performance, feel good that if you chose to come up and say hi or introduce yourself. We love to meet new people everywhere we go. I like I said, I enjoy talking to people. I love joking around, just having a really good time, and feeding off people's energy that they give us, because that's another thing too. Like, you can be positive, 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 and then some people don't reciprocate the positive energy,
Right.
which is okay. And maybe that's not their style. They're
Yeah.
not trying to do it and be harmful, or cause anything. It's just maybe not be their style. But when they do give you that energy, and they are dancing, and they are vibing to the music, and they are listening to dancing and have their hands in the air,
Yeah.
it's a big plus. So because that they're having a good time.
For sure.
So I
Absolutely.
think it's just a positive energy that we're trying to give out at our performances, and hopefully people realize and understand, that that's what we were trying to do. We're just trying to play good music, and entertain the crowd, and hopefully everybody goes home tired
Yep.
from dancing, and having a good time.
Oh, I love that. I love that so, so much. Not a lot of artists are doing that nowadays. Like, you want them to feel your energy, you want them to feel your music, you want them to feel what you feel. And I feel like it's the same with worship music, because I'm on my worship team, and you want them to feel like, the godliness and feel what you're feeling. And I love that you want to do that with your music as well. You want them to feel happiness, you want them to feel what
Yes.
you feel, and that's a
Yeah,
blessing.
for
So
sure.
kudos to you for sure.
Thank
I
you.
love that. What is something people don't know about you
Ooh. um
other than you love golf?
that's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that question. um
We're different over here at Chisme y Chords. Me and Almisa are different.
We like the
yeah,
juice.
you guys definitely ask different questions. people people don't know about me.
Well, we know now he plays golf.
Right.
Oh gosh, I would have to ask my wife for that.
Okay, wifey, come over here and answer the
We gotta
question.
meet the wife because
She,
the way he looks up to her and
yeah,
the way he speaks about her is just so genuine. You feel it. When
Yeah,
you
you feel the
speak
love for
about
sure.
her and you just the way that you just acknowledge her, you're a man of chivalry that still exists, and you really characterize that persona, and it's so heartwarming because it's all my wife and my wife, and you
Yeah,
don't.
it's very rare.
Yes, yeah. So
yeah.
Hmm.
it's
She
good.
means
Let's
she
meet
means
the
the
wife.
world to
Put her
me.
on. Let's meet. Where's she at?
She
What's her
she
name?
she's her name is Maria,
Maria,
but
we need to see you.
she's she she's
She was
actually
those
holding our grandson, and he's asleep over there.
That's okay.
Maria, we need the
We
answer
need
to the
it.
question.
We
What
need
is
to
something
fix.
we don't know?
She actually answered while we were talking, and I heard her, but she is very when she said that, I kind of, it set off,
Okay.
something in my head. So I'm extremely OCD, and I'm extremely picky about my food. So sometimes it drives my girls
But
and my and
I can eat
and
that.
my wife crazy, because I'm so OCD. Like, I'm the type of person that'll walk into somebody's house, for work. I measure countertops. I do granite work, right? So I go
Okay.
into somebody's house, and if their mat on their floor is crooked, I'll fix it. That's how OCD I am. And
No
and
business.
and then the homeowner's like, "Oh, you're OCD, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure
Yeah,
am."
Mr. Chad.
I guess that's one thing that people don't know about me, unless you're really, really close to me, that I'm super OCD.
I
Well,
am
you
the
won't be the only
same
one.
exact way. I am so bad. I am so bad. I know when somebody moves something in my house. I am so bad. I'll go to Amisa's house and I'm like so bad, so bad. Like,
And
all my
because
spices are like everything in my refrigerator is straight.
Or it's
I'm
funny.
so
I know, I've got my daughters doing this, my youngest daughter doing this too. I'll go to the store, and and my wife will be like, "Give me some whatever, give me some
And you fix it.
charo beans."
And you fix it.
No, I grabbed the second one behind.
So
I
funny.
moved the first one and I grabbed the second one and I put the first one back and turned the label so they can see it. It's so dumb, but I mean, I just can't. It's just
I'm the same. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. And it's funny because my kids are the same way. My
yeah.
kids are the same way. I raise them as it's so bad. I am so weird. But it's okay. It's okay. We're two alike, Johnny. I love
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
love
We're
Leo.
Maria and Maria.
they're calling you love
¿Dónde está
because of my
María?
OCD.
Yeah.
she
There's another one on earth, Maria. It's
said
me.
she says that she said that God had to give her patience for that because of me.
Oh, absolutely. My kids have the patience. I have a 29-year-old and a 22-year-old. So my kids have the patience. There's sometimes that they'll come in and they'll move something. And I'm like, why did you move that? And they're like, Mom. And I'm like, I got eyes in the back of my head.
yeah,
Don't be moving
yeah.
stuff. It's hilarious.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
I'm super picky too. Almisa will tell you. She'll be like, "Don't eat that. Don't. I can't do that. I can't do this." I'm like, "I can't." She gets agitated too. She's like, "Oh my god."
They always make fun of me because I'm super super weird. Like I don't like tomatoes, but I love ketchup.
Same.
I don't like onions, raw onions, or onions in my burger or onions in enchiladas, but I'll eat onion rings. It's crazy. They always make fun of me. You're just weird. You're just picky, and I don't like fresh peas. I don't like fresh carrots, but I'll eat fried rice with peas and carrots in it. I can't even explain that one. I don't
Well,
know.
Yeah,
it's okay because my oldest doesn't like cheese, but he'll eat pizza. See, so I can understand like a
Yeah.
little. And then my youngest doesn't like what is he? He doesn't like ketchup, but he'll eat pizza. And then it's he's like you, like
Similar, yeah. Yeah.
it's the intricacies. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, but
Hmm.
there, with me, I'm allergic to everything. Like, I can't have onions. I can't have like strawberries. I can't have cherries.
let's
I
go
can't.
out to eat. What are you eating? I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to that. I can't eat that. I'm like this like girl.
I can't. I'm allergic to literally everything. I can eat air, basically.
Butter steak, no. Pero
Air
cabrón.
biscuits.
No calorie air diet.
Right, exactly. Air is all I can eat. I'm
Unless
literally
it's a
like
piece of
98
meat.
pounds. What'd you say, baby?
Yeah. I said, unless it's a big old steak or a piece of meat, then game
Girl,
on.
I'll chow down. I'll chow down, but I can't gain weight. I'm trying to get over 100 pounds and I can't to save my life. It's too ridiculous. Okay. How can listeners support your music? Where can we find, do you have merch out yet?
We ran out. We're actually making some new merch because we got our logo redesigned. So we're starting to make new merch
Okay.
for upcoming shows.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have some shortly. Usually we just sell them at the venues or at the concerts.
Okay. Okay. And then where can we find your music? Where can we support it? And then what final message would you like to leave our listeners and your fans?
Our music can be found on all digital platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. YouTube. We have our music uploaded on YouTube. We have one video of our recent release, El Hechizo. It's on YouTube, so check it out. We're on social media. We're on Facebook. We're Espada, EZPADA. On Instagram and TikTok, we're Espada underscore oficial on Instagram and TikTok. So you can find us there as well. If you guys are interested in the group, you can send us a message on Messenger or any of the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Um, so you can find we post a lot of our footage that we get from concerts and a lot of our all our dates obviously. On TikTok we do the same. We have a little bit more fun on TikTok, but yeah, you can find us on those three digital social media platforms rather. And like I said, all our music is on Apple Music, Spotify, all digital platforms. And check out the YouTube video El Hechizo. um as far as a message for all the listeners, um, be kind, be humble, and and stay positive. I think if more people did that, it would be a better place to live in. Um, that's just
I agree.
it's just basic, basic. Be nice, be humble, and stay positive. It's really not that hard. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, was I nice today? Was I humble? Was I positive? And maybe you can every day try to be better than the previous day. And make sure you keep God in your life, and within your families and stuff like that. Your close group, people who you love to be around. Is make sure that God is in y'all's lives, and give thanks on a daily basis, because he can give and take at any point in time.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Well, thank you so, so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And we were super excited. And we are praying for you guys,
Thank
praying
you.
for continued health for Miss Maria.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come, come. And when you have new music, anytime you are welcome back. And make sure you give me Mr. Samuel's information so we can get him on, him and his Christian band.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you for
again for
that.
spending
Yes.
that last hour with us. We are
Oh,
since
thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for giving us the time, giving me the time to talk a little bit about
absolutely.
myself, about the band, and I enjoy, like I said, I really enjoy talking to people. So this is something I was looking for. I always look forward to whenever anybody gives us the opportunity, and I really want to thank you guys, and we'll be praying for you as well with
Thank
your
you so
treatments and your life stuff. So thank you, ladies, it means a lot to be able to talk about the band. And obviously we're a newer band, so
Sounds great.
any chance we get to get the word out, on the band and stuff like that, it means a lot to us. So thank you so much.
Of course,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Many blessings sent your way.
Yes.
Likewise.
Blessings to you.
Good
Good
night,
Bye,
night.
y'all.
Maria.
Bye,
She
Maria.
says bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much. He's so nice. I love it. That was such a good
How
interview.
he's
He's so
played,
sweet.
who he's played with before. He sounds really good too.
Yeah, he did. He has a really nice voice. Really, really nice voice. I really enjoyed it. Well, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join me and Miss Almisa today. We really love each and every one of you. We want to thank Alcantar Music for being our sponsor and believing in our vision. Join us tomorrow. We have an amazing guest. And if you would like to support our stream, there is a QR code right above Miss Almisa. And then if you would like to sponsor us, we are looking for sponsors. You can contact me and you can contact Miss Almisa. I do have a GoFundMe. It is on my page and
Yes.
it is on Miss Almisa's page, and my story is on there. I would love for you to donate or share it, either or. And we love each and every one of you. Have a blessed evening, and we love you so, so much. Sending you many blessings.